When you think of Las Vegas, one name stands above them all: Caesar's Palace. For decades, it was the symbol of Vegas luxury, the place where celebrities partied, high rollers gambled, and dreams were made. But if you've walked through Caesar's lately, you might have noticed something's off. The carpets are worn. The rooms feel dated. The restaurants that once defined fine dining are closing. And while newer resorts are building spectacular attractions, Caesar's Palace seems stuck in the past. So what happened to the jewel of the Strip? How did the most iconic casino in Las Vegas fall so far behind? Today, we're diving into the decline of Caesar's Palace. Let's start with what made Caesar's Palace legendary. When it opened in 1966, it wasn't just a casino. It was a statement. Jay Sarno wanted to make every guest feel like a Roman emperor, and he spared no expense. The property set new standards for luxury. It brought world-class entertainment to Vegas with performers like Frank Sinatra, Sammy Davis Jr., and later Celine Dion's residency that changed the entire entertainment landscape of the Strip. Caesar's Palace became the backdrop for movies, the host of legendary boxing matches, and the casino where the biggest whales in the world came to play. It wasn't just part of Vegas history, it was Vegas history. So when did things start going wrong? The answer is complicated, but it really starts with debt. In the 2000s, Caesars Entertainment, then called Harrah's, went on an acquisition spree. They bought properties left and right, becoming the largest casino company in the world. But they financed this growth with massive amounts of debt. Then came the 2008 financial crisis. Vegas visitation plummeted, revenue dried up, and Caesars Entertainment was left holding billions in debt they couldn't service. In 2015, the company filed for bankruptcy, one of the largest bankruptcies in history. While they eventually emerged in 2017, the damage was done. Here's where it really affected Caesar's Palace. When a company is drowning in debt, the first thing to go is reinvestment in the property. Why spend money on new carpets when you're trying to make debt payments? For years, Caesar's Palace received minimal upgrades. While competitors like the Cosmopolitan, Aria, and Wynn were building state-of-the-art facilities, Caesar's was just trying to keep the lights on. Walk through the property today and you'll see the results. The Forum Shops, once the crown jewel of retail, now has vacant storefronts. The rooms in the original towers haven't been meaningfully updated in over a decade. The casino floor feels tired compared to newer properties. Let's talk specifics. Many of Caesar's rooms, especially in the original towers, are seriously outdated. We're talking about decor and amenities that would have been impressive in 2005, but in 2024, they're charging premium prices for product that just doesn't compete. The bathrooms are small. The technology is outdated. The furniture is worn. And while they've updated some tower sections, like the Julius and Octavius towers, huge portions of the property still feel stuck in time. Compare that to what you get at newer properties, or even recently renovated competitors, and it's night and day. Caesar's Palace used to define fine dining in Vegas, but in recent years, they've lost major tenants. Restaurant Guy Savoy, one of their flagship dining experiences, closed in 2024. Other celebrity chef restaurants have come and gone. The problem is twofold. First, maintaining these high-end restaurants requires constant investment and renovation. Second, the restaurant scene in Vegas has become incredibly competitive. While Caesars has been cutting back, properties like Wynn, Bellagio, and the newer resorts have been doubling down on world-class dining. Caesars is losing the culinary arms race. This might be the biggest issue. The competition has simply gotten better. When Caesar's Palace opened, and even through the 90s and early 2000s, it was in a league of its own. But now, you've got Wynn and Encore offering superior luxury. You've got Cosmopolitan attracting younger, hipper crowds. You've got Aria with better technology and modern design. Even Bellagio, which opened in 1998, has done a better job maintaining its premium status. They've renovated. they've reinvested. They've stayed relevant. Caesar's Palace, meanwhile, has been coasting on its name recognition. And in Vegas, that only works for so long. Here's something most visitors don't realize. Caesar's Palace isn't owned by people who see it as a crown jewel to be protected. It's owned by a massive corporation that sees it as one asset among many in a portfolio. After the bankruptcy, private equity firms took control. And private equity has a very different philosophy. Maximize short-term cash flow, minimize expenses, and eventually sell for a profit. That approach doesn't lend itself to the kind of long-term thinking required to maintain a property like Caesar's Palace. You need consistent reinvestment. You need to think decades ahead, not quarters ahead. Now, to be fair, Caesar's does have one major advantage: Caesar's Rewards. It's one of the largest loyalty programs in Las Vegas, and it keeps people coming back even when the property isn't quite up to par. If you've earned diamond status or you've been collecting points for years, you're probably going to stay at Caesar's properties even if you know the rooms aren't as nice as the Wynn. That loyalty program is both a blessing and a curse. It gives them a captive audience, but it also reduces the incentive to improve. So what would it take to restore Caesar's Palace to its former glory? The honest answer? Billions of dollars and years of work. They'd need to completely renovate the older towers. They'd need to modernize the casino floor. They'd need to bring in new restaurants and entertainment options. They'd need to refresh the public spaces and create new reasons for people to visit beyond just gambling. Some properties have done it successfully. Bellagio renovated its rooms. The Venetian has invested in upgrades. Even Circus is getting a massive renovation. But it requires commitment and capital that Caesars Entertainment has been reluctant to deploy. Here's the reality: Caesar's Palace isn't going anywhere. The name still means something. The location is prime real estate, and there's still enough nostalgia and loyalty to keep it profitable. But will it ever return to being the premier destination on the Strip? That seems unlikely without a massive change in strategy. The Las Vegas market has moved on. Guests expect more. The competition is fierce. And simply being Caesar's Palace isn't enough anymore. Caesar's Palace isn't dead. Not by a long shot. But it's not the king of the Strip anymore either. It's become a cautionary tale about what happens when you stop investing in your product, when debt takes priority over excellence, and when you assume your name alone will carry you forever. In Vegas, nothing lasts forever unless you fight to keep it relevant. And right now, Caesar's Palace is losing that fight. What do you think? Have you stayed at Caesar's recently? Do you think they can turn it around, or has the Strip moved on? Let me know in the comments. Make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.